You and we've all had moments watching someone and wondering, gosh, how can they sit for hours doing something so pointless? I used to be like that too. Until one day, I asked a group of friends two seemingly unrelated questions. First question, what do you think about someone who spends hours every day hugging a guitar, practicing chords over and over? Some said, that's fun. Others shook their heads, boring. But one answer made me stop. My friend said, I see it as utterly useless. Does it help world peace? It's just a meaningless hobby. Hearing that, I secretly cheered, bingo, because that was exactly the answer I needed. Then I asked the second question. If there was a pill that instantly erased sadness and stress, would you want to learn about it? And of course, everyone said yes. Even the friend who just criticized guitar playing nodded. So then, my friend, isn't that guitar player essentially taking a happiness pill every single day? This is our pain. We often miss out on free pills because we rush to judge. My friend dismissed a chance at happiness just because their brain automatically added, probably has no life, no job, just lazy. But you know what? That person is a real friend of mine. He still works, has responsibilities, but his soul was parched. One day he realized he was like a robot, worked fine, but emotionally numb. This isn't right, oh dear. And then, among countless ways to water his soul, he chose guitar, self-taught via YouTube, playing whenever free, he said. At first, it was frustrating, but the more I played, the more I felt alive like when I was a kid. Bare feet, running, picking fruit. Why? Because playing guitar is a world outside your head. Hands touching, ears hearing. It's real, it's concrete. No need to become an artist. Just sit for 2 hours and feel bliss. That's the pill. You see, that's the twist. We thought it was useless, but actually it's medicine for the soul. The issue isn't guitar playing or gardening. The issue is our tendency to resist things that are different from us. We become defensive, judgmental, even mocking. And just like that, the door to learning slams shut. That happy person will stay happy, while we lose a lesson because we refuse to understand the real solution lies here. A thirst for listening. Understand first, then praise or criticize. The legendary book, How to Read a Book by Mortimer Adler, nearly 100 years old, teaches exactly this. Adler, a man who dared criticize even giants, yet also insisted, before agreeing or disagreeing, be sure you understand. That phrase is worth etching into your heart. Understand first. Then love or hate. You worry that if you just listen and absorb, you might be fooled, might absorb wrong ideas. Honestly, are you so weak that you believe everything you hear? We are smarter than we think. We have plenty of tools to verify, from AI to friends, from books to experience. So be bold and open your heart. Listen actively as someone truly wanting to understand. Then filter later as you wish. I once saw a friend mock people who eat with their hands, but when I explained to them the hand is sacred for receiving food, my friend suddenly went, ah, then their hands might be cleaner than the spoon and fork we keep in the drawer for days. Just one explanation, and the prejudice vanished. The door to understanding opened. That's the power of listening before judging. I've realized every day I judge less than before. Compared to a few years ago, I feel my heart is so much lighter now because I practice mindfulness daily, paying attention, asking myself, do I really understand, or have I only seen the surface? And interestingly, the more I understand, the more I change. And I like my current self better than last year's version. Champion is the beauty of life. Not positive or negative, just a fact. We grow when we understand more. Imagine your perception is a dot. When it's as small as a pinky, you see a narrow world. When it's as big as a hand, the world expands. Our mission is to make that dot bigger. And the way to make it bigger is to listen, to thirst for understanding. My friend, when you truly want to understand something, you'll stop rushing to praise or blame. You'll find an extraordinary peace and depth. This is the proven logic, not empty theory. I've lived it, my friend has lived it, and now I'm handing it to you. And now, the micro homework. Just 5 minutes, but it can change an entire habit. Today, pick someone you usually find annoying or a habit you deem useless. Maybe a colleague or someone who games all day, your task. For 5 minutes, ask questions to understand, not to argue. Ask me, what makes you enjoy doing that? Listen to the answer without interrupting, without judging internally. Simply try to step into their world. If you can't ask directly, observe a video or article about something you used to find meaningless and try to find why it exists. Just 5 minutes. Then jot down your feelings. Did you learn anything new? Are you less annoyed? I believe you'll be surprised, as I was surprised when I learned my friend played guitar not out of passion, but to save his soul, and now the direct CTA. If this video gave you even a tiny bit of understanding, then hit subscribe right now. Every week, we'll dissect more happiness pills hidden in everyday life together. Ring the bell so you don't miss out, because sometimes the most valuable lesson is where you least expect it. Thank you for listening. And remember, before you judge, understand. See you next week.